Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing good. Today we are here to discuss a very important job update which was released yesterday. It is regarding Intelligence Bureau, which comes under Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. Intelligence Bureau is recruiting Assistant Central Intelligence Officer, and they are going to conduct examination for this post soon, in next year probably. So we'll see all the details regarding this. So as you can see, they have invited the online applications from Indian nationals, and this service is classified as General Central Service Group C, which is non-gazetted. Um, Talking about the number of vacancies, there are total 2000 vacancies, out of which 989 vacancies are for unreserved or general category, 417 for OBC, 360 for SC, and 121 for ST. If you belong to EWS category, then there are 113 vacancies. Pay scale is your level 7. This is according to 7th pay commission, rupees 44,900 to 1,42,400. Plus you will be admissible to central government allowances also. There is a note provided also regarding special security allowance at 20% of basic pay. So you can look into this. Now what is the qualification to apply for this exam? It just says that you need a graduation or equivalent from a recognized university. So if you are a graduate in any stream, you can apply for this examination. What is desirable qualification? That is, you should possess knowledge of computers. Age limit is 18 to 27 years. This is for open or unreserved category. It is relaxed by 5 years for SC/ST, that means 32 years, and by 3 years for OBC candidates, that is 30 years for OBC candidates. Looking at below, we can see they have given in general note about ex-servicemen and disability people. So you can read that. Now, this post involves all India service liability. Therefore, candidates willing to serve anywhere in India only need to apply. So keep this thing in mind before applying for this examination. You have to select three options or choices as your examination center for tier 1 examination. So as you can see here, the list is provided state wise. So you have to choose three exam centers while filling this application forms. So you can go through this examination center links and decide upon yourself which centers to give while filling application form. So remember that candidate could be accommodated in any one of the three examination cities opted by him or her, and it will not be changed under any circumstances. So while filling the form, give uh, very accurately. Then talking about the scheme of examination, there is a written examination and then there is an interview. In written examination, there is tier 1 exam which will be in online mode, and then there is tier 2 exam. Tier 1 exam will have 100 objective type MCQs divided into 5 parts containing 20 questions of 1 marks each. So there is a general awareness subject, quantitative aptitude, then there is numerical, analytical, logical ability and reasoning part, English language and general studies. Keep this thing in mind that there is a negative marking of 1/4 marks for each wrong answer. That means 0.25 marks will be deducted for each wrong answer. The time you will be getting is 1 hour for solving 100 questions, and marks, as it is said, it is of 100 marks. If you qualify tier 1 exam, then you will be appearing for tier 2 exam. It is descriptive type paper of 50 marks where you will be asked to write an essay. It is of marks, and then English comprehension and essay writing, which carries 20 marks. So total 50 marks for 1 hour duration. And if you qualify tier 2 exam, then you will be called for tier 3, that is interview, which will be of 100 marks. So uh, how they are going to select the candidates? They have clearly mentioned that in order to achieve qualitative selection and recruit the best available talent, they have fixed the cutoff marks out of 100. in tier 1 exam. So an unreserved student need to score at least 35 marks. So 35 marks is the cutoff marks for unreserved. For OBC and EWS it is 34, and SC and ST it is 33. So you have to score minimum this much marks to be able to have any chance of getting shortlisted for tier 2. But scoring this much will not be enough, as they have mentioned here somewhere, that means they will have to score maximum marks in tier 1s to get shortlisted for tier 2. So on the basis of performance and normalization, candidates will be shortlisted for tier 2 at 10 times the number of vacancies, select subject to candidate scoring minimum cutoff. So on the basis of combined performance in Tier 1 and Tier 2, candidates would be shortlisted for interview at 5 times the number of vacancies. So for Tier 2, they will be calling at 10 times the number of vacancies, and for Tier 3, that is interview, they will be calling 5 times the number of vacancies. And in Tier 2 also, they have set the condition that you need to score minimum 33% marks. That is 17 out of 50 you have to score in Tier 2 exam. This note I was talking about little while back, that tier 1 and tier 2 exam in different categories may go higher depending upon marks obtained by candidates and number of vacancies. It means that scoring 35 marks is not enough in tier 1. It is just a cutoff which you have to first qualify, and above 35 you have to score as many marks as possible. For that, based on combined performance of Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3, that is interview, candidates would be shortlisted for final selection, subject to their character and NCTCN verification, followed by medical examination. So this is how exam is going to be held. They have given here the resolution of tie cases. If tie happens between two candidates, how they are going to resolve the tie. So first they will consider the marks in tier 3, that is interview, then marks in tier 2, then normalized marks in tier 1, then date of birth. Whoever is the older candidate will be placed higher, and even if that is tied, then alphabetical order of names will be there. So starting with first name, whosoever comes first will be selected. Now how to apply? The online registration has already begun from yesterday. You have to go to this website of MHA or this ncs.gov.in. There the link has been provided. I will give the link in description box also. So the portal is open for form filling from 19 December to 9th of January 2021. So you have, if you are planning to give this exam, make sure you fill the form before 9th of January. So here they have mentioned the steps to apply. Basically, first you have to do a registration where you have to give your valid email ID and mobile number. After successful registration, then you have to proceed with the form filling. And once the form is submitted, it can't be edited. So keep this thing in mind. So detail step-wise registration they have mentioned, that is you have to give your personal details, then contact details, and then your address, educational qualification. Then at last you have to upload your photograph and signature also. For photo and signature also, they have mentioned that your photo and sign should be in between 50 to 100 kb. So you can go through this, and you can apply accordingly. So read these instructions carefully before applying. And there is an examination fee kept, that is of here it is divided in two components. Examination fee is rupees 100, and processing charges they are charging rupees 500. So that is, if you are a male candidate from general, EWS and OBC category, you have to pay 600. And if you belong from SC, ST, or if you are a female candidate from any category or an ex-serviceman, then you have to pay only recruitment processing charges, that is 100 rupees only. So keep this thing in mind. It is a very good job actually. Lot of graduates I this exam every time when the notification is released, and you'll also be getting a very good salary. So I hope you like this video and share with your friends. If you have any queries regarding this video, kindly mention it in comment section and join our Telegram channel. Thank you for your time. Thank you.